On the ongoing crackdown on drug cartels.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard was there, laying out the grim brutality of these cartel crimes.
The arrest of a Sinaloa cartel boss, El Plato, another dangerous Sinaloa cartel member responsible for tracking a huge amounts of cocaine. The arrest of a CJNG cartel-affiliated baby trafficker called La Diabla. Her whole money-making operation was centered around luring pregnant women, performing illegal C-sections, harvesting organs, and selling newborn babies.
And DNI Director Gabbard joins us now. So, I mean, you can't even, it's sort of hard to wrap your brain around this, selling newborn babies and harvesting organs?
Yeah, good morning. It really just speaks to the savagery, the terror, and to the lengths that these cartels are willing to go to further their money-making operations, to continue their trafficking of narcotics, and ultimately the savagery that they have brought to the American people in our own communities. You heard President Trump talk about this for months on the campaign trail, exposing the truth about these things that were happening not in some far-off country, but right here, the terrorizing of our own people and our own communities here in the United States of America. So this Homeland Security Task Force operation that the president has directed really is having already an incredible effect. My organization, ODNI, our National Counterterrorism Team, we're playing an integral role in this and establishing for the first time a National Intelligence Fusion Cell. Why this matters is because it allows us to take the intelligence that we're collecting, foreign intelligence. It allows us to work with our federal, state, and local law enforcement, those who have their boots on the ground on the front lines of this operation, to make sure that we're getting real-time intelligence and information going to the successful operations that I spoke about in that conference with the president the other day, to be able to take people like this evil La Diabla off of the battlefield.
Yeah, La Diabla, by the way, means the Satan.
Postulate this out there to all the high horse folks that want to sound this bloodthirsty warmonger now. I have argued for the Monroe Doctrine for decades. I have said we should get the CIA out of the drug business and we should shut all this down. And now with fentanyl, I have 4 children, 23, 21, 17, and 8. Is my children all know people that died from fentanyl. You all know people. It's upwards of 300,000 a year. I've had probably in the whole Sandy Hook thing 10 different lawyers. 4 of the lawyers I've had children or direct family die in fentanyl. I've had neighbors' kids die of it. I mean, you don't need me to tell you. You all know about this. So I want to say to all the big, high and mighty people out there, Communist China helps produce the precursors. Venezuela's been the main producer of it. So you're for the 300,000 dead. Now, again, if Trump was a globalist and wasn't his whole life ultra anti-drug, and by the way, he's for overall decriminalization. He doesn't want nonviolent drug addicts in prison. He's a reformer there too, but he wants the dealers executed. You know, I think that goes a little too far, unless you can prove a dealer knew the doses they were putting out was going to kill somebody. But with fentanyl, it's so strong, you basically know that already. But regardless, Trump is the real deal when it comes to wanting to clean things up. And he's already put the sanctions on U.S. banks. And the New York Times and others said, don't do this, it'll crash the economy. He still did it, folks. So I ask all of you on your high horses out there, have you been to a funeral with people dead from fentanyl? Because I have. And I know you know people that died from it. I can't swing a stick in the dark around here and not hit somebody that had a family died from it. And they lace marijuana with it. They lace everything else with it. Babies died all the time. It plagued me stuff on the ground where some drug addict was out there at night and the baby touches it and then touches their mouth and dies. Or you've seen police officers will reach into a bag and touch some and then fall over and start dying, and they got to give them injections really quick to give them the antidote. And a lot of cops have died. So this stuff is out of control. And now they got drugs even stronger. So we're under attack. Trump's actually addressing real things on every front. He shut down the border 98%. Goes and indicting a lot of the NGOs and people. You see it here and there in the news, but it's happening. The law firms involved in human trafficking. I mean, they're really doing it, and they're getting blocked by judges at every level. So I understand Trump's doing it from a good place. But with a system this corrupt, will the CIA set him up like Bay of Pigs if we do some type of incursion to remove Maduro? They got the Gerald Ford, our biggest, most high-tech aircraft carrier. They got the B-1 bombers ready. They got 10,000 Marines ready with amphibious craft. There's been analysis done of the Venezuelan communist paramilitary that loves to run over peaceful citizens. Show some B-roll of it. You have all the classic scum like Sean Penn endorsing Nicolas Maduro, and before him, Hugo Chavez. You have Cuba on the verge of collapse. And you have Cuba heavily manipulating our internal politics and working with the Democrats. I am for regime change if the people of Venezuela themselves can remove Maduro. I do understand where Trump comes from, and I do see clearly on the trajectory we're on, regime change up to invasion of Venezuela. And I think it's fraught with danger, but Trump's a man of action, and he sees a clear attack with these boats and the rest of it coming to the U.S. to kill millions of people, and I understand it. And again, this is our backyard. This is our people. This is on our doorstep. This is on our back porch. This is in our houses killing our children. And the Democrats are heavily allied with the communist regime in all their election fraud and the voting machines and the money laundering and TDA and these vicious drug gangs. But I guess those people out there that don't want us to do anything about Venezuela, I guess they support the hundreds of thousands of dead a year of fentanyl and the election meddling and the Democrats using it as their own little personal piggy bank, and they just think the human trafficking and all the rest of it's fine. Well, that's okay, because I analyze each one of these events. And I tell you what, I really personally believe, and just let the chips fall where they may. I blew up when Trump bought into the Syria chemical attack crap, which turned out to be staged, as I first said and predicted, and said, if you continue and expand on this, I'm not going to support you. That was when Trump was in his first year. Before with Iran, I said it was wrong, and I got very upset, because we know it's part of a larger globalist destabilization plan. I also see Haig says, we'll treat these cartels like we treat Al-Qaeda. You mean put them in charge of Syria? And that wasn't Trump. That was done right before Trump got in. But that is evil, that is wrong, and that's what you get with the CIA, Mossad, Erdogan in Turkey, and NATO, who did that.